Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back for some more EVE Online, and in today's video we are going to take, well, our changed Rattlesnake. Well, it's not changed in way of fittings or anything like that, but of course the resistances have been reduced, but the HP is up. So overall I think that the Rattlesnake is still in a great place for Conduit running, and that's what we're gonna try. Now before we actually get started on that, one quick warning actually. Your mining ships will also have quite a bit of a reduced HP. And when these things are in a system, like here in Dital, a forward operating base, well, those patrols do hurt quite a lot. I myself do not mine whenever I see a Blood Raider stronghold in Dital. I just don't even take my Orca out. Of course, we are here for that Rattlesnake. There's a Conduit. There usually is one in Chunkia. These have gone down substantially in value, in payout, in the value of the drops and the salvage especially, but I sort of still like it. It's something that can be done in probably like 10 minutes or so. If you just do one conduit, or you can keep chaining them with just a couple of jumps through, and the DD loyalty points are actually either still worth a decent amount because of the implants, but also pretty cool because you can get some pretty unique skins for the Triglavian ship. So it's something that I definitely still run from time to time, not super intensively, but I do want to basically earn some skins for the DD loyalty points that you get here. So let's get started. We are in the Conduit. I run this in lazy mode. You could warp off towards the spawn point so that you cut down on travel time from the rats and things like that. Honestly, with the nerfs as well, the Rattlesnake, I've done a couple before here, is still fine, but you do notice that the tank is reduced a little bit, and so I like that little bit of breathing room, and especially that preparation time, so that I get a full set of missiles for the cruiser when that one spawns. So there is the Abyssal Entrance first wave, not really a challenge. 2, 4 small ones, and then a destroyer as well. I do think that preparation is key. There are some waves that hit very, very hard, and so you do want to be careful sometimes with your primaries. And basically the way I like to do it in order to get ready for whatever comes in the next wave is to first now focus on the smaller stuff. As always, I launch a couple of volleys before dropping my drones, hoping that that'll reduce the incoming threat of them a little bit. And I use Republic Fleet Berserkers because they've got great tracking. And then I just start going through the small guys. 1 for the paint, 2 for the web, 3 for the missiles, especially when they're slowed down. That first volley does do a lot of damage. And the E-War still seems to be on me, so my drones should be fine. Then one of the bigger threats, of course, tangling. If they web your drones, it's a lot of potential damage that comes in. So we do want to take care of that one as well. And yeah, I used to do when I was really feeling like there was no way for them to get through my tank was to take care of the biggest DPS first. So I would have gone after that Kikimora. Now, you know, if I don't know what's coming next wave, or I feel like perhaps I should be extra careful, maybe if you don't have the same skills as me or anything like that, what you can do is run the drones on the Kikimora and take this time to already do your reload. Is it efficient? No, of course. You know, have more reloads, but you will be ready by the time the next wave hits, and your berserkers are very effective against these Kikimoras, basically, especially when they're webbed as well. They have no problem tracking that. Couple of misses, but generally they go down pretty quickly. There is wave number 2. We're talking 2 destroyers, including a Zoria. Zoria's Kikimora. I'm still gonna, well, maybe we should test my theory out here and see how the tank performs. When we get, well, a Zoria's Kikimora, I think that's gonna do quite a bit of damage, and then we have the rest of them as well. So let's give that a try. I'm actually gonna start with the, that one is a little bit slow. Maybe we'll start with you then. 1, 3, and then 2 whenever you can. Should be 1 volley, should be 2 volleys. We are gonna deploy the drones as well. We can still fully target this wave. I think there are bigger ones to worry about than this one, so this should be fine for my tank. But notice how my HP does start to drop pretty consistently. So the lack of resistances or the lower resistances does have an impact on your incoming damage, and we'll see that in the last wave it is substantial. I think we'll go below 50% quite a bit more often. So next up we get the starving. Let's take care of that one. Cap wise we're doing just fine, and my mobile tractor unit is out. Yes, he is. That's good. There we go. Starving, and then we get the tangling. Maybe I should have done that one first, but overall we are still quite okay. And well, shields are holding fine at 82% despite the Zoria's Kikimora still attacking us as well. And I think we're going to just do 1, 2, 3 on the Zorias first, just to make sure that we do a little bit of damage. And now we get rid of her quickly and efficiently, but that'll be fine. I think she'll blow up, and I really want that full 25 missiles available when the cruiser spawns, because it can be very dangerous. Now she's in structure, so that shouldn't take too long anymore. I'm actually gonna just let the drones take care of the harrowing as well, just to be fully ready. I've experienced in a couple of these that if we're talking a cruiser 5 destroyers or something like that, it is a lot of damage, and getting rid of that cruiser and at least like 4 or so of those destroyers as quickly as possible is important. If you need to do a reload when this is happening, you will end up in some pretty serious trouble. I'm very lucky with this wave. We're talking 1 cruiser, 1 destroyer, and then just more small stuff, so we can definitely and I do want to target that cruiser, please. So we're gonna actually cut you down. Hopefully we can still catch her. There it is, Zoria's Vedmak. Target painter on the Vedmak. And here I do take this risk as well. You want to really be able to dish out damage as quickly as possible. So I'm actually gonna send my berserkers out towards Zoria's Vedmak. And after that, we're actually gonna take care of the small fry again. I'll show why in just a moment. Again, it has to do with the reload. So this is really something that I change the way I handle these waves depending on what's incoming. If there were far more cruisers, I'd be a lot more worried about my tank than what I'm now. Especially because that cruiser will go down pretty quickly here, and then I just get that cruiser down, get those destroyers down, get that DPS within a manageable range. Now that it's only 1 destroyer, I feel like we'll never be in any real threat. So here I can basically focus more on the reload. We're gonna take as many of these frigates down using the missiles as we can, and on the reload we are again going to try and take the tangling Rasnaborg down. So that we have efficient drone damage while we wait for the reload. It's really something that you have to, I think, keep into consideration, especially on bigger waves. You can see here we're still almost at 50%, despite the fact that it's only 1 destroyer on the field. We are taking more damage after the patch for sure. We've got 4 more missiles, so I think we'll take this Rasnaborg Damavik down. But then we'll need to do a reload. And so we get 1 more volley. He's in structure. We got just in time. Really lucky on that. And here we go. If I were to put these berserkers on one of these small guys, it would be a lot less effective DPS. Now we're gonna take care of this destroyer without any problem. Take more DPS off the field. We are doing absolutely fine. And then by the time this is done, we still have some misses here and there, but at least you can see here he is going down. Then we're almost ready with the reload with the next missiles. Let's show you guys how the fleet berserkers do on these. There you go, double miss already, double miss again. That's why you don't want. So these missiles on a web target help a lot. Can get a full hit in, and with just a couple of somewhat lucky shots from the berserkers, that frigate goes down. But you don't want to be stuck reloading while you are putting your drones on these frigates if you don't have to. I've said in one of the bad last waves, I'm talking 1 cruiser, 5 destroyers, you've got no choice. You gotta get those destroyers off the field because it will start to threaten your tank. There we go, next one going down. Sometimes my web does lag behind a little bit. I'm not sure if this is something that is the case, but I also feel like we've slowed down a little bit on the drone aggro from this. I really haven't seen any threats to my drones actually since the patch. Maybe I've just been on a decently lucky streak or something like that. But I really feel less worried at this point than sometimes in the past. Sometimes they've been super aggressive on the drones. So there we go, we get one final one to do as well, which brings us at almost 10 minutes. Considering the warp that we did, it's going to be pretty close to that. Just to clear this out, so let's do that. There we go, 4.5 million almost, and the loyalty points, those will be very welcome. These come back, and again, maybe for newer players or something like that, it can be handy as well to show you guys at least a little bit of the salvaging. So always drop your salvage drones and then press F. They will automatically look for a target. After that, I personally do start to target wrecks, because putting individual drones on individual wrecks, I feel at least, is somewhat more effective. There's also always just one of them that'll get a successful salvage cycle, and so you could be wasting up to 4 cycles if you're unlucky there. And then what I do is actually I keep an eye on which one finishes, and then I try to put them straight onto the next wreck whenever I notice that. So let's take a quick look at the loot in the meantime. All right, 11 million, that's actually not bad. There we go, first wreck done, and I noticed it was the bottom one. So now I specifically take him, put him on the next wreck, and then target the next one as well. And like this, I feel like this is pretty much the most efficient way that you're gonna get through these Triglavian wrecks. Here we go. Again, keep an eye on which one it is. If it'll show up as idle for just a moment, and then that's why you do want to press F at first. He'll automatically look for a next wreck to salvage. These are very, very handy little guys. But a little bit of micromanagement will help you out as well. That was the top one, and sometimes they become a little bit difficult to follow. And that's why, of course, them looking for their own targets gives you that backup. And at first, very easy, 1, 2, 3. But now look at that, first wreck done, and it's actually the second one. Next wreck done, and it's the second to last one. Yeah, with a little bit of extra attention, I do feel like you can get some more efficiency out of your salvaging as well. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one. The Rattlesnake is very much alive for the emerging conduits. Rather of an expensive option, of course, but if you want to run these easy mode, then that's what you'll have to shoot for. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and as always, I'll see you next time. God damn, I almost can't keep up on this one.